Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 6, where today I'm continuing the Nuclear Flask train. So we're now doing Dungeness Power Station to Sellafield, British Nuclear Fuels, which is 6 Mike 95. Perform part of this loaded nuclear service between London and Milton Keynes Central. So, we'll get everything set up, because we've got to wait. What I need is that on, that on, that on, that on, master key in, sit back down, like that, open the windows, get everything else set up, like headlights, that'd be a good idea. Okay, we've got 11 miles to Watford Junction. Before we do that, this time it's just a single flask, top and tailed class 20s, which looks cool. We've got 312 at the back, and 313. Oh, consecutive numbers for the class 20s. Right. Release the brakes. Now we should be able to get going. There we go. Probably a good idea to sound the horn because we're moving. Got to keep an eye on the speed limit, because we're going through, currently in with Willesden Yard, which has a speed limit of 20 miles an hour. Siren again. Heard that a lot on the first part of the video. Don't know where it is. Got green signal is the next one, so the sunflower will disappear. I don't know why my laptop is struggling. Might be something to do with the latest Windows update. I should say down date, shouldn't I? That's what it feels like. Always has issues when you have a Windows update. Hello, Pendolino. As I said in the previous video, don't get 805s on the nuclear traffic timetable, which is a shame because they are quite fun. If you were hoping for the real railway video that I'd hoped to do last Friday, unfortunately, it was delayed so much that it came through the town while I was at work. So there was no chance of me being able to film it. At the moment, I don't know when the next steam service through the town will be. Hoping there is one relatively soon so that I can film it. I can hear something, but I can't see it. Oh well, we'll just keep going along at 18 miles an hour. That's the driver safety device. Which would sound every minute if I didn't do any adjustments of the throttle or any other controls. Okay. A little bit more on the throttle just to get up to 20. I'm not rushing. I want to try and stay within the speed limit. We'll be going on to the down slow after we've crossed under the West Coast Main Line proper. This is my first time trying to play through this, so... Okay, we're going downhill. I'll cut throttle. I will just let gravity do its job of speeding me up to get down under the railway. Let's use a bit of the loco brake if my laptop would stop freezing. Ooh, Pendolino going over as we're about to go under. Now we go uphill. And we're now in the yard proper. Don't know if we'll see any other freights on this. It's considerably later in the day than the morning run, or the southbound run. Let's put a bit of throttle. And see if I can keep going. Something is loading in. My laptop does not like this timetable. I've decided my laptop really does not like this timetable. It's just a little bit annoying. Okay, we've leveled up. I can throttle back. There's a 15, so a little bit of break. I'll go down to 15. My laptop really does not like this. Sirens again. Cars going underneath the road, which is down there. We'll be crossing over onto the main line soon. A little bit more power because we've gone over the 15 limit. Can go back up to 20. That's a thought. Has the rear loco got its red lights on? It's got a flashing red, that's okay. I forgot to check. Supposed to make sure there's red light before you go. Whoops, where's my mouse? I wanted to move the mouse, not the screen. That's better. Leaving the yard, soon to go out onto the main line. Which point I can start increasing the throttle. There we go. Up to 60. Let's give it full beans to get up to 60 quickly. This video shouldn't be as long as the previous one, because I'm probably not going to go into photo mode anywhere near as many times. Apart from when it's stuttering like this, I'm going to stay mostly in the cab. Well, even when it's stuttering like this, I'm going to stay mostly in the cab. I just don't feel like taking loads of screenshots this time. Unless there's something interesting coming down. Then I'll take a screenshot, but only if there is something interesting. Oh, there's a London Midland Class 350 going north on the fast. That can do 110. Whereas I'm limited to 60. Do wish my laptop would cope better. Unfortunately, it does struggle. There's Wembley Central. I had to think then. And another 350, that one in LNWR livery. On the upslope, calling into Wembley Central by the look of it. Oh no, it's not got the sound of it slowing down. And I can hear the London Underground train. That'll be going to Harrow. Why has my camera gone all the way around? I didn't want it all the way around. Do wish my laptop had run better than this. There's another underground train. Seven coaches of underground train going past. Suddenly gone very loud. Nice seeing the... Oh, you can actually fuel this. Didn't know that. Let's go into this view. I can move over here, get a bit further away, and not worry about suddenly zooming in. I want to see the track ahead. So if I go... Let's go to the back. So I can see the whole train. Both locos. And 9054. Ooh, that underground train is keeping up with us. It'll be slowing down again soon. Yep, it's slowing down now. There we go. DSD going off. I didn't press. Yeah, that's stopping in the station. Why is it spinning all the way around? Yeah, my laptop really does not like it when there's a lot of timetable services on this route. Which is a bit bad. It runs Preston Carlisle and even the Riviera line and Birmingham Crew, which are TSW6 routes. This is a TSW5 route. Runs them without issue. Shouldn't really be struggling with this route. It's just annoying that it does this. It's something about these models, I think, that does this. Because I can run one of the other services and it doesn't do it. Oh, we're nearly at 60 miles an hour. It's only taken us 2 miles. A little bit of behind the scenes stuff here. I'm recording this on Monday, the 16th. Tomorrow is Shrove Tuesday. Atherstone, the town I live in, has a very famous game on Shrove Tuesday. The oldest game of football still played. It's only ever missed a handful of times. Most recently during the COVID pandemic, for obvious reasons. I am going to try and film it tomorrow. By the time this video comes out, you'll have known whether I've done it or not, because the video will be up if I've done so. It all depends on how well I can... Let's go down a bit. Film without getting involved in the actual game, because I do not want to get caught up in it. It can be very violent. There are rules against certain things, but I can't take part anyway because of my back. I would still like to film it, because it's possibly the thing that Atherstone is most famous for these days. One time, Atherstone was famous for lemonade, beer, hats, and, of course, the Baddesley Colliery Tramway. That's something I'm going to try and do a video about this year. It was a colliery line from Baddesley Colliery, originally owned by the Dugdale family, who still live in the town, in Merevale Manor, or Merevale Hall. And they had a rather unique and famous steam engine. An 040 plus 040 Garrett. One of 4 Vivian type Garretts. Something I'd love an 00 scale model of. That was used right up until 1976, I think it was. I'm going to find all the information and do a video. But that will be done when the weather's better. I'm going to go up the track bed, find the tunnel, video what I'm able to of the old colliery site, because now it's storage for Jaguar Land Rover. so you can't actually go on normally. That was weird then. But it's a fascinating line. It was steep. It was visited by a rather famous reverend. In fact, two of them. One who lived quite close to here, a little village called Cadeby in Leicestershire, and one who wrote a series of books about sentient railway engines. I do want to do a video about that line. I also want to do one about the line that went from the colliery to Kingsbury, half of which has been rebuilt to serve the Birch Coppice Business Park. It's got a brilliant viaduct on the closed section, so I want to try and get to that and film that. But as I said, it'll be done when I've got warmer weather. I'm going to move away from the locos a second, because there's a bridge support or a station coming up. I'm deliberately going in this view because it just means you can see more. Like my loco, the Flask Wagon, and the tailing loco. There's the top end of the London Underground along here. The line switches to just DC from here. I still want to drive a Class 20 from Euston to Watford Junction along here. Where's the four rails end for the northbound? Won't see any more trains on the DC lines here because I haven't got them as an add-on yet. Still got four rails. Surprised. Oh. Why? Thank you for moving the camera too close, you silly thing. I want to be over here. Out of the way. Okay, I'll go back over this rail. It's still... Oh. No, it's still four rails. It's interesting. Could I drive the tube stock up here? I know it's the Bakerloo line, but in-game you can only go to Harrow and Willesden, and then down to Elephant and Castle. Interesting. We're pulling away a little bit to go through another station. Move over here a bit. Through a station with bushes on the platform. And something's loading in. Okay, so the mainline platform is no longer used. Interesting. As I said, I'm not intending to go into photo mode that often, because that just makes the video even longer. I got plenty of screenshots last time, and yes, having it top and tailed this time instead of both locos at the front is different. Unless there's something special as another train, I don't really see the point in taking loads of screenshots this time. I just want to get this service done, out the way, get to Milton Keynes, complain about my laptop constantly freezing when I'm doing this route because of the how much extra they've put on. It's interesting that the underground line is still 4-track up here. Oh, speeding again. Cut the power a little bit because we're on level track. When I went southbound, the 4 rails weren't there. Past the 350. Okay. Ooh, that's a nice bridge. Nice bridge portal there. It's lower. 1.7 miles to Watford. So the next station is Bushy. Which has platforms for all 4 lines, plus the underground overground line. The one that I want to drive a Class 20 on free roam. Just see how far along it I can go. I can't go too far south at Euston, but I could try Watford Junction to Euston, just to see how much is modelled. And Class 20s have gone along there in the past, because London Transport have used them for maintenance. so it's worth trying. We'll say these Class 20s are very well modelled. They look as close to the real things as you can get in a computer game. Okay, we're going downhill. We've got 1 mile to Watford. We just go straight through. As I keep saying, I do wish my laptop would cope better with this route when it's in timetable mode. Other routes that are more modern, it's fine with. It's just this route it does not like. Okay, I don't know what that sound was. Okay, I can have a little bit of throttle. Let's go back in the cab. It's quieter in the cab. I can hear myself. Put the mouse back so I can get the horn. And there's Watford Junction, which we'll eventually get to when it's stopped stuttering. If it wasn't stuttering, I could do the horn playing so much better. Another siren. Looks like there's something in the station. Zoom in and look. Pendolino. As we get further away from London, the stuttering should become less and less. I hope. Really hope so, because this stuttering is annoying, to put it mildly. Anyway, this is Watford Junction. There's a Pendolino. In the London-bound platform. Now I'm increasing power a little bit. So that I can get back up to 60. Would be really nice to be able to do this without it stuttering. It's something about the amount of detail on these locos, I think, or the wagons. Could just be the wagons that are causing the issue. Because I've tried using them on Crew Preston, which I know runs perfectly. I mean, not Crew Preston, Preston Carlisle which I know runs perfectly well. And it has the same, just the wagons with Class 47s. So it is something to do with the wagons. They're not even in shot, and they're causing it to lock up. It is just a little bit annoying. Next, 13 miles to Tring. Can have a little bit more throttle. And see how well. I really do hate the stuttering. It's getting annoying. I'd love to know what's loading in that's causing this. We're about to go through Watford Tunnel. Eventually. It's just going slow. Oh, turn cab light on. And instrument lights. Otherwise, it'll just be pitch black. Don't want that. There we go. You can see the inside of the cab. It does look quite nice with the. Oh, I'm struggling to think. It looks nice with that light on when we're in a tunnel. That's what I was trying to say. We're up to 58 miles an hour. And we're on level track. So cut a little bit of power. Otherwise we'll be speeding. Don't really want to be speeding. I know I did a little bit at the beginning, but I couldn't help that. The brake didn't want to work. For some reason, despite me using the buttons for train brake, it only did loco brake. Yes, I'd use the loco brake to try and keep it slowing down, but it shouldn't switch which brakes are being used via controller. Controller should stick with train brake. Soon be coming out of the tunnel. think there's 3 tunnels on this route. This part of the route that I'm doing anyway. I know there's one leaving Euston. This stuttering is really getting annoying. It shouldn't be doing this. Yes, I know I'm driving under the speed limit. You don't have to keep telling me. I'm supposed to be driving under the speed limit. Going uphill, steep gradient. There's a train going north. That's possibly what's caused the stuttering. Oh, it's the one with the northern unit. At least it all loaded in this time. I might end up taking that livery off my downloaded content from the Creators Club. Oh, there's another one heading south. Anything special about that? Nope, just 2 350s. And what looks like another one. That's quite quick. Oh no, it's a station. Looked like another train, I was going to say. This is Hampstead Heath, I believe. Going at our maximum speed. 60 miles an hour. I'm surprised this hasn't got the support coaches that are normally on Nuclear Flask traffic. Because there's usually, or at least I've seen on a few photos, barrier wagons and or support wagons, coaches, whatever. And that's not on this, which is a bit weird. I can understand topping and tailing, because you don't really want nuclear traffic to suddenly be stranded, the second loco is there as backup. It can take the train in the other direction if there's an issue. But I just don't understand why there's no support coaches on these. At least the correct brake's coming on this time. Got a red signal, so I need to start applying the brakes. And this time I will not delete any train in advance of me. Oh, it's cleared. Looks like I'm following a local train now. Don't know how far for, but we shall see. Keeping an eye on signals. And making sure I don't pass any reds. If we are following a local, then it should eventually get beyond the 3 sections, and then I'll come back into sections because of a local having to stop at all the stations. There you go, it's cleared. I can start. I can get back up to 60. Though the next signal is yellow. Can see it through the window, as well as on the signal display up at the top right. I'm wondering if that will stay yellow. No, it's cleared. Okay. Just gone over the TPWS magnets, or grid, which if I was coming to a red signal at speed, it would apply the brakes automatically. As I'm not, it won't. The signals are currently... Oh yeah, there's that little pond. I'd forgotten about that. I'm catching up to that local train again. Double yellows. It means it stops at the next station. I don't know whether I'll be passing the local train at any point, but it does make the drive a little bit more interesting. Because I've got to keep an eye on signals and be prepared to stop. Which is why I'm applying the brakes a bit harder, because we're now on to single yellow. As long as I'm going below 20 miles an hour when I get to the TPWS grids, it won't apply the brakes automatically. There we go. I'm just going to coast along. It's still red. It's gone to yellow, so I can accelerate a little bit. Means the train's now out of the station. The train that we're following. And that'll be able to get up to line speed a lot quicker than me. Southbound Pendolino. See, it's already gone to 2 yellows. When I first had it go to yellow, it was single yellow. Just shows how much quicker the AI stopping service is. So I'm able to keep going which is good. While also keeping within speed limit. Hello, Pendolino. Yeah, I keep within the speed limit. I try to keep going without stalling on the gradient. I can go up to full power again, because the next signal has now cleared to green. As I said, any local trains can get up to the line speed a lot quicker than I can. And as long as I'm 2 or 3 sections behind, I won't have to stop. It's only if I get the section behind that I have to stop and wait for it to do the station stop and then clear the section. Three miles to Tring. And there's the tunnel, which we go through the middle bore. On last video, we were over there, if I remember rightly. We were on the up fast for a bit, which is a bit weird, but another class 350 pair. Okay, we're catching up to the local again. So it stopped at the next station, which will probably be Tring. That's nice parkland. Cutting power. We just got to 60 miles an hour. And I'm watching the signals, if that's... Looks like the stopping train is at Tring. Has just cleared Tring. Okay, we're going to be following it all the way up to Milton Keynes, I think. May have to stop at Tring. No, I'm not going to have to. We're just under 2 sections behind it at the moment. Hopefully by the time we get to the next signal, it'll be showing 2 yellows. Because a 350 or even a 377 can accelerate far faster than we can. And this is Tring Station. And there's a class 350 in the up slow platform. It's just leaving, and it's got another northern liveried 350 on the back. Double yellows, said it would be. Should clear to green before I get to the next signal, unless the preceding train is stopping. I'm not sure. Soon find out. 17 miles to Milton Keynes, so about 25 minutes. If it doesn't keep stuttering. Double yellows. Clear to green. Just as I got to the signal, it cleared to green. That was cool. Oh, speeding. Cut power. We're going downhill slightly. Bring the speed down a bit. There we go. And now, just got a nice, simple run to Milton Keynes, where we stop and have a crew change. Clear to green. Okay, we get the pings now instead of the alarm. What's that sign say? Be professional. Don't let your mobile lose you your job. Yeah, a lot of jobs don't let you use your mobile. Strange that, isn't it? Because we're going downhill, we're maintaining 58 miles an hour. It's actually quite good. Next signal is currently yellow. I think it's going to stay yellow because we've got a station. Yep. The moment I see the sunflower, I press button. I'm keeping an eye on the signal display at the top right. If the next one shows as red, then I'll apply the brakes. And it does. So I need to start slowing down again. As I said, if I head in too fast, I'll end up either doing a signal passed at danger, or the game will slam the brakes on. Because I've got TPWS activated. Let's see. 0.7 miles to the red signal. It'll probably clear before I get to it. There's a train just loaded in. It is another 350. It's the one that doesn't like loading in. Cleared. I'm just going to coast a little bit though. Gives time for the passenger train to clear the section. Let's just make things a little bit quieter. Yeah, I was expecting that. Double yellows. Speed up again. As long as this train keeps moving, it's okay. Shouldn't really stop for too long with loaded nuclear flask train. So we'll try and keep moving. Go through, I think this is Leighton Buzzard. Not 100% sure. I can't tell. No, it's not. Single yellow. Flashing yellow. Okay, that's a different signal. I'm used to single yellow and double yellow, not flashing yellow. Just a little bit of lower. Looks like we're switching over to the fast again. Which means we'll get past the yeah, we've got a further to go over to the fast. Okay. It's cleared to green. I'm not using the throttle as we go over the points. Should be able to pass the passenger train that's been meaning I've had to start slowing down. So, over we go. On to the, currently the up fast, and now the down fast. We can just go along it. Regular speed. Just under 60 miles an hour will do. That Pendolino, if it had been a bit earlier, would have had to stop. Wonder how far, 2.1 miles on the fast. I don't know why it's making us go on the fast. Unless it is to pass that service train, because there's a red. For the down slow. Soon find out. Next signal is pretty close. 10 miles to Milton Keynes. So about 15 minutes. Until I get to the tunnel, I'm going to turn lights off. Don't need them on all the time. Was there a train? No, that wasn't. That was a substation for the overhead electric. Cut power a little bit, otherwise I'd be speeding. Is there a train in the platform? No. But the next signal's red on the slow lines. So we may just be on this to avoid the... I know what this is. Tunnel. Into the single bore tunnel. So to make the video more visible, I've got the cab light on. There we go, that's the two. That's the tunnels all done. Which basically means I don't need the lights on anymore. Cab lights. In real life, you wouldn't have the cab lights on. You just have the instrument lights. But for the sake of video... Oh, look. A 12 coach. 350 heading to London. For the sake of the video, having the cab lights on when I go into the tunnel is a good idea. Otherwise, it's just black. Especially for people who watch it on a mobile device. Having a black video isn't very good. 7.5 miles to Milton Keynes. We're doing 58 miles an hour. Haven't passed anything on the down slow yet. So I don't know why it's routed me onto the down fast. Oh, it's a fence. Looked like a river or canal. It's just the fence. Did say that as we got closer to Milton Keynes, the stuttering would become less and less. That's the A5. So it's nice that it's now flowing with less stuttering. I mean, it's 34 frames a second. And we're going back across. Here comes the alarms, which I avoided. Unless, of course, the slow lines are closed for some reason. Could be engineering. And all trains have been diverted onto the fast. It's happened before. Next signal's red. And now cleared. We've dropped by 10 miles an hour. But I don't know why. Right, I do. We're crossing over to the slow again. So, for some reason, the up and down slow were off limits there. It's weird. It's the same in the southbound direction as well. That signal is yellow, but we're well below speed limit. Four and a half miles. And then we'll be at Milton Keynes. Oh, a tiny bit of stuttering there, so something's loaded in. And just idle. I don't tend to go over facing points with the loco under power, because it's not the best idea. In real life, you wouldn't do it, so there we go. Whoa, that I didn't see. It's a good job that cleared. Really is a good job that cleared, because I wouldn't have seen it. We're back behind the stopping train. So going on the fast didn't get us past that. Next station is Bletchley. And my laptop's not liking it. Must be a lot loading into Milton Keynes. Which is somewhat annoying. There's a train coming south. Just seeing the next signal's red. So I'm going to have to start slowing down again. There's another 350 in Transpennine livery. No. Yep, Transpennine. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to start applying the brakes. Because the signal at Bletchley is red. And now it's cleared to yellow. We'll just coast through Bletchley. A bit at a time, because my laptop's being annoying. That bridge is the line from Bletchley Park, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, actually. This is Bletchley. Yep. Definitely Bletchley. So the next station is our last station. Milton Keynes Central. Hello, 390. Pendolino. We will be stopping at Milton Keynes, where this service ends. We've got 2.8 miles. So we're just got to have a little bit of power because we're going slightly up a gradient. But I'm not going to worry about going up to line speed because I won't be able to slow it down enough by the time we get to Milton Keynes. It's been a nice, gentle run. Nothing serious has happened. I've just been quietly going along at a nice, reasonable speed. Only a slight bit of speeding once or maybe twice. Next signal is currently red, which is why I'm looking at applying the brakes a bit at a time. It's cleared. Okay, a bit more on the throttle. There's the edge of Bletchley. And we'll be back over the A5 again soon. Let's see. There's car park and a road. I think the A5's the other side of that. I can't tell. There's trees in the way and a building. There's the A5. Knew we'd go back over it. Okay. A5 is right next to the station at Milton Keynes. That's how I knew it was on that side. I've been to Milton Keynes Central Station a few times over the last few years. There's the AWS ramp for the signals at Milton Keynes. 1.5 miles. I don't see the point in speeding up, because we're stopping at Milton Keynes. So, might as well just go in and stopping the platform. I was trying to work out what that was. It's the track moving away from us slightly. There's the A5. And now we're on the station approaches. .8 miles. Bring down to below 30. I need to stop as close to the stop marker as I can get. With my 2 Class 20s and 1 Nuclear Flask wagon. I'll go below 30. And there's a lot of trains in the station by the look of it, because it's struggling. Here we go. Less than half a mile. Soon be at the station and the end of this service. Considering the morning, or part 1, started in the platform over there, we're not going the same way back. This is ultimately going to Sellafield. Next signal is red, so I definitely need to be going below 20 by the time I hit the AWS ramp is there. And bring it to a stop without using emergency brake. Oh, that was perfect. And there we go. It will now go into the end of the service thing. And I can see how well I did with my 12,040 action points. Should have given me a platinum medal. 1 bit of speeding. Yes, I did get a platinum medal. Objective completed, 250. Distance driven, 6,230. Used safety systems, 6,200. 5,340. Correct cloud setup, not appropriate. Speeding, minus 260. It's better than last time, because I was a bit more speedy. On time bonus, not appropriate. Accuracy bonus, 480. Time taken, 59 minutes, 34 seconds in-game. Distance driven, 44.72 miles. Distance walked, 2.4 yards, all in the cab. And well, apart from some minor yellow speeding, there's only one little bit of actual red speeding. So that was quite good. What I'm going to do is hop out and because I'm able to here, let's just go up a little bit. It'll be changed to a different driver soon, and that'll then continue off to the north without me. Close the door. Ooh, it's that special one. That was on the morning run on Monday's video. Let's get as far away from the Class 20s as I can without leaving the platform. They'll be going soon anyway, so we can come up here. Listen to all the people talking on the platform. Walking as far away as I can. It's got a red signal at the moment, so it can't go anywhere. They've all got red signals. How much track does it go further up? A little bit. There's a train going north. Let's see. It's moving. Let's watch the Class 20s leave. Here they come. It's letting the DSD beep. Bye bye, Class 20s. Zoom in and watch them go. Bye bye. Well, that was part 2 of the Nuclear Flask service. It's now on its way up to Sellafield. And safe disposal of the nuclear waste. And, well, I'm going to go to the station exit. That's weird. I don't even remember downloading that. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this scenario as I go as far out of the platform as I can. And until the next video, be seeing you.
Warbler Productions. Filming trains and events that happen in town.
Wearing his red trilby, Dale can be seen with cameras 3 all set up.
Steam trains and diesels, electrics and freights.
Dickens and fireworks, tractors at Christmas.
Warbler Productions.